What's up, everybody? Welcome to Weekly Watermelon Soup. I'm Juan. This is AI news that actually matters for finance professionals. Let's get into it. So first up, Anthropic dropped Claude COWORK this week. This is huge. They're calling it Claude Code for the rest of your work. Here's what it does. You give Claude access to a folder on your computer and it just works. It can read your files, organize them, create documents, turn receipt screenshots into expense spreadsheets, all without you babysitting it. They built this thing in a week and a half using, get a load of this, Claude Code. Let that sink in. AI building AI tools. So meta. The reason they made this? Well, they saw people using Claude Code, the developer tool, to do vacation research, build slide decks, cancel subscriptions, recover wedding photos, non-coding stuff, just like what this channel has been doing for the finance professional. So they stripped out the terminal, they made it friendly, and now it's basically a digital coworker that reads, writes, and organizes files for you. This is the future of work right here. Now let's talk about the people behind this. DARIO and DANIELA AMODEI. Daniela has some interesting quotes this week. She said, "Do more with less is Anthropic's whole strategy." So while OpenAI is raising $1.4 trillion for infrastructure, Anthropic is trying to prove you don't need the biggest compute to win. Quote, "Anthropic has always had a fraction of what our competitors have had in terms of compute and capital, and yet we've had the most powerful, most performant models." End quote. And here's the wild part. She said, by some definitions, we're already surpassed AGI, human level artificial general intelligence. Already here. Dario's been saying AI could eliminate 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next 1 to 5 years. He called it a potential white-collar bloodbath. This is the CEO of an AI company telling you what's coming. Pay attention. Speaking of Anthropic, they're playing hardball now. This week, they blocked xAI, this is Elon's AI company, from using Claude through Cursor. They also cracked down on third-party tools like OpenCode that were spoofing the Claude Code client to get unlimited tokens on the cheap. Their terms of service explicitly say you can't use Claude to build competing products or train competing models, and they're enforcing it. They blocked OpenAI back in August for benchmarking. Now xAI. The message is clear. If you're a competitor, you can't use Claude to build against them. This is Anthropic saying, we're not just a research lab anymore. We're here to win. Now, here's some numbers that should terrify Microsoft. Copilot's market share went from 1.5% in January 2025 to 1.1% now. That's a 27% drop while the whole AI market exploded. Meanwhile, Gemini market share went from 5.7% to 21.5%. ChatGPT dropped, but still dominates at 64.5%. Even Grok passed Copilot, went from 2.9% to 3.4% in 1 month. Microsoft stock dropped 10% in the last 3 months. Executives, including Satya Nadella, sold tens of millions in stock. They've been pushing Copilot for 3 years, spent billions, and they have a 1% market share. Anthropic is eating their lunch. All right, let's get serious for a second. Goldman Sachs just released a report saying AI-driven layoffs will continue in 2026. DARIO is warning 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs are going to be disappearing. Microsoft shows 5 million jobs at risk. Management analysts, consumer service reps, sales engineers, and the like. The tech sector alone cut over 150,000 jobs in 2025. Layoffs hit 1.1 million, the highest since COVID. Here's the thing. Paralegals face 80% automation risk by end of year. Medical transcription is already 99% automated. Entry-level programming? Eric Schmidt says most of it will be done by AI within a year. And honestly, I think a lot of it is being done right now. But here's the flip side. Blue-collar trades are booming. Electricians are making $200K. People leaving white-collar jobs to become plumbers and welders because those jobs can't be automated. This is why I do what I do. If you're in finance and you're not learning to work with AI, you will be replaced by AI. That's not fear-mongering, that's the math. Last thing, Google dropped a bomb at NRF this week. They announced the Universal Commerce Protocol, basically a standard that lets AI agents shop for you across any platform. Shopify, Walmart, Target, and Etsy all signed on. Soon, you'll be able to buy stuff directly inside Gemini or Google Store without ever leaving the chat. AI will find the product, negotiate the price, and check out for you. Walmart CEO called it the next great evolution in retail. By 2030, McKinsey says this could be a $3 to $5 trillion market. This is where shopping is going. You tell AI what you want, it handles the rest. And if you're wondering how this is relevant for the finance or corporate FP&A department, there's a lot of vendors out there. This is going to help us get a better understanding as to what vendors do what and which ones have deals going on right now. That's your weekly watermelon soup. If you're in finance and want to learn how to actually use these AI tools, that's what I do. Link is in the description. Subscribe if this was useful, and I'll see you guys next week.